The Yankees end up splitting the two weekend games with the Athletics, but they won big on Sunday afternoon, 12-2, to end up winning the series and to improve to 23-17 through their first 40 games of the season. Ben Rice hit a grand slam in that second game, and really the Yankees got contributions from everybody throughout their lineup in this game. Judge went 4 for 5. His OBP is up to 494, average 409. Cody Bellinger got a hit in this game. Goldschmidt 3 for 5. He's now batting 350. He is teetering on 350, 400, 500 slash line right now. Just a remarkable start to the season. Jason Dominguez goes 2 for 5 in this game as well. And look, the Yankees got what they needed out of Ryan Yarbrough. We didn't really know until really just before the game on Sunday who was going to start for the Yankees. And they got enough out of Yarbrough in his second start of the year for New York. 5 innings, 6 hits, 1 walk, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. And otherwise, the Yankees were able to kind of use their lower leverage relievers. Yerry De Los Santos pitched the 6th, 7th, and 8th inning, and Tyler Matzik pitched the 9th as the Yankees beat up on former friend Luis Severino, who allowed 9 hits, 2 walks, and 8 earned runs over 4 innings pitched. And you've heard some of his comments during the series. He does not really particularly like pitching in Sacramento in that ballpark. But, if you take a look at what the Yankees did over the weekend here, as we kind of recap it, this was another series that you're glad that they won, and they'll be heading on their way to Seattle for a pair of night games and an afternoon or late afternoon game on Wednesday. But this could have been a sweep. If you take a look back at Saturday's game, you might see how the Yankees lost 11-7, but this was a game where they were down fairly. They were down 4-0 early, crawled back to take a 6-4 lead. And then things kind of went off the rails in the 7th and 8th inning where they allowed 7 runs. And just, Fernando Cruz allowed a 3-run home run, and just things kind of went off the rails. So they didn't quite get the sweep, but they put themselves in a solid position with what they did this week. And now they're gonna face off against a really, really solid Mariners team right now. That sits atop the American League West at 22-17. They're 2 games clear of both the Athletics and the Astros right now, and 3 games clear of the Texas Rangers. But this is a team that has shown a little bit more pop than you would expect. They've scored the 4th most runs in the American League, only behind the Yankees, Red Sox, and Detroit Tigers. So despite the fact that, Safeco Field is not exactly the most hitter-friendly park, they are still put themselves in a position here to have some success offensively. However, they are coming off of getting swept. They were just swept at home by the Toronto Blue Jays, and they've also lost 5 of their last 7, dating back to last week. So maybe this will be the opportunity for the Yankees to kind of come in there and keep the momentum going in their favor and the momentum going against the Mariners. So again, overall, a solid weekend for the Yankees. Carlos Rodon had some moments in his game, but also allowed some home runs. Ryan Yarbrough did his job on Sunday, and now we look ahead to the Mariners series before, obviously, there's an off day and a trip back to New York for the big weekend Subway Series with the New York Mets. Juan Soto returns to Yankee Stadium. There's just Clay Holmes, depending on how he might return to Yankee Stadium as a starter. There's a lot going on in that series, but can't look ahead too far because we got to look ahead at this Mariners series, and the Yankees have not announced how they're going to operate their bullpen at T-Mobile. Did I say Safeco Field? I did say Safeco Field, didn't I? Sorry, I'm aging myself a little bit. As I'm looking right now at the schedule, and it's just the T-Mobile Park is just yelling at me. T-Mobile Park, not Safeco Field. Same place, but, we have everything's got different names now. So I'm so happy the Yankees just went with Yankee Stadium. Like, just Yankee Stadium, new Yankee Stadium, we're good. They don't like the changing of the names because it's just, I'm living here and I'm living here in Chicago now, displaced New Yorker. And I went to the White Sox game on Friday because I got a chance to watch. I went to a White Sox Marlins game, but I went there because I had enough time to basically go and see most of that game and then make it right back home for the start of Yankees A's. That's the game that decided they wanted to start the game at like 2 a.m. or whenever they started it out in Sacramento. And I realized that they changed it. It was guaranteed rate field, but now it's just rate field. Yet everything inside is like Comiskey dogs and Comiskey this and Comiskey, like it's I don't know. But meanwhile, at T-Mobile Park, but we do know who the Mariners are going to line up against the Yankees. Emerson Hancock will be scheduled to start on Monday night, 9:40 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be a late series. 9:40 p.m. Eastern. Brian Wu will start, another righty, against the Yankees on Tuesday night, and it is also a 9:40 p.m. Eastern start time. And then on Wednesday, a 4:10 p.m. Eastern start time, the Mariners will send Luis Castillo, the good one and the one they didn't trade away, Luis Castillo, to the mound. That was a name that was a couple years ago linked to the Yankees as a potential trade target. But and Wu and Castillo both had solid starts to the season. Emerson Hancock, not as much. We'll see how the Yankees line up their rotation here, but obviously we will see the ace, Max Fried, at some point in this series. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see the Yankees continue some of the momentum before having yet another Thursday off day. But we will break down Monday's game. I will make sure that in all of the game recaps that we do from Monday and Tuesday in particular, so I guess it would be Tuesdays and Wednesday's show, we'll be very recap heavy, and we'll probably have a little bit more detail than usual, just for those of you that may be listening on the East Coast and don't want to stay up past midnight to see what the result of that game is going to be. So that way you can wake up the following morning, you can check the box score, hear my take on everything that happened, give yourself a good little recap as you head to work, and then you can settle in for Wednesday's game at a much more reasonable start time. And then obviously the fun weekend series ahead. So keep it here on the Bombers Beat podcast all week long. We will break that down as the Yankees continue their West Coast trip. Take 2 of 3 from the Athletics. Let's see if they can take 2 of 3, or maybe even better, from the Mariners in Seattle.